Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, The Urban Woman. I've been a little MIA, but I am going to make this reading and hopefully I can get back into the swing of making them again. So we will see. But anyways, even if, let's say I don't get back into the swing of things, here's at least a reading for you now. At this time, in this moment. Today is 11/1, so 1/11. So here's this thing I just got. Let me grab this piece of paper real quick because let me see if I can explain this way. I'm going to come back to all this stuff sitting right here. Okay. So ignore my paper because I also have other stuff on here. But so today is, 11/1, which is going to look like 1/11 to you. So we're right here, okay, but we're moving to 1/11, which keep in mind on your end, it's going to be the reverse. Okay. So I have never connected this before, so there must be something significant for it to come through my intuition like it is now around this time period. So, like how I drew this, because I know there's like that and then there's that. So this is almost like today's a magical day. I know this day here too is going to be a magical day. They say that there is a portal around 11/1 today. And there's another, it's also leading up to some type of portal on 1/11, so January the 11th. Keep in mind that during this time frame right here, if I'm not mistaken, you have to look this up, okay? Because I'm only going by earshot. My grandma talked about earshot. If any of y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? I'm going by earshot over here. And what I thought I heard was there are at least 4 planets in retrograde right now. One of them, which is Saturn, it's retrograde. So it goes direct on the 4th, which is this coming Saturday. Now, Saturn's also the Lord of Karma. So we have, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Saturn's been retrograde maybe since August. Could be even longer than that, because I think it's one of the longer planets. It's a few months. I'll just say that. It's a few months. It's at least a season, okay? Because, seasons, they're 3 months, I think. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah. They are 3 months. So it's at least a season. It goes direct on the 4th. We also have like Mars in Scorpio right now, I believe. Which is the reason why we have all these wars and shit going on. It's because of Mars in Scorpio. So you got to be careful. I'm trying to tell you, boy. You got to be careful because right now we are reaping what we have sown. So this has been going on, I think it's been going on 4 months now. It could be going on longer than that. Anyways, okay? Like, times have become really strange because I'll tell you, I looked into it. I started paying attention. I know if you're watching this, you're not going to be one of those types of people, but the type of person that you are, which would be what I am, okay? When we grow up as the black sheep in front of our family and friends and town and neighbors that think we cuckoo because we look at shit, okay? Anyways, well, I look at shit. Look at the stars. I read the planets. I'm not like crazy into it, okay? I don't also get super deep into it because, you could damn step off thinking you're going to step into a small puddle and end up on a slide down in a pit and realize you done forgot how You done forgot, you done lost track of time, and you didn't realize that you'd been in that pit for so long, and then you got to climb out of said pit, okay? And I feel like astrology, all that, that shit gets really deep. So I don't get crazy into it, okay? I know just enough to, I know that mud puddle's right there, and I'm like, yeah, I'll touch the water, see what temperature it is, okay? But I'm not gonna fall into it, I tell you that, okay? I ain't gonna fall into it. But anyways, so I know just enough. I guess I know just enough for myself to be able to navigate my own life. Okay? That's what it is. It's my navigation tool. Well, on my navigation shit, I noticed that when coronavirus hopped out, came out, popped off, whatever. See, that's another thing. Like, have you not lost track of time? Like, I feel like I lost 3 years of my life, and I don't even know where it went and what happened. Anyways, I'm alive, thank God. But when Corona happened, the planetary alignment in the sky, we had the planets were aligned to that of, like, I think it was in the 1800s or some shit. It was like 200 years ago. It was during the Great Depression when we had Corona. When we had Corona, we had the same exact planetary alignment of the Great Depression. Right now, when Russia invaded the Ukraine, that was the same exact planetary alignment we had during, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking I was right, because it's been a minute since I've thought about this, but I think we had the same planetary alignment as the Revolutionary War, like when that broke out. So if you start comparing our times and these planetary alignments that we're going through and compare them to what happened in history, I mean, you see why we are going through these issues right now. Plus, we've got like Mars in Scorpio, fucking Saturn is, retrograde. So we're reaping what, not only are we angry and shit is coming up to the surface to piss us off so easily, okay? So you have to really watch anger, because anger feels good. I mean, anger gives you fuel. There goes my rooster. Oh, anyways, remember, because I've had to adopt to this right here. This has become one of my mantras. This has become a mantra. Pleasure, you have to be careful with pleasure, because pleasure leads to addiction. Okay? So, anger, boy, anger feels good. Anyways, so we're in a heated we're Mars in Scorpio right now. Alright? And the thing with Scorpios, they're water signs, but they, like Cancerians, they live in a shell. So Scorpios, they are deep. They are real deep. That's like falling off into that pit, because they are so deep that they can go into the abyss. And when you're in the abyss, you don't want to get consumed by the abyss, but you can't see. You cannot see. You cannot navigate. You have to surrender. And boy, that can be monstrous right there. Anyways, now, with all this stuff that's going on the 4th, which is Saturday, we also actually just entered Scorpio season not too long ago. So happy birthday to all the Scorpios out there. Shout out to you guys. We just had Halloween. Tomorrow's like the Hispanic people celebrate the Day of the Dead tomorrow. So oh gosh, and then October came around. How did you guys do during the eclipse? Because I'm trying to tell you, I thought that I had been navigating these eclipses for the past few years. And this one right here, like, it snatched my feet out from under me, metaphorically speaking, okay? Anyways, but here we are. Lord Jesus. So, you know, we had a lunar eclipse, a solar eclipse. Craziness, craziness, craziness. So hopefully, now that we have all, because this is not just happening to one person, this is happening to a lot of people. Now that we have been through, and it's going to be different for each and every one of us. So whatever we just went through as individuals, you know, we're now going to shed this old shit. And especially if you were kind of like me, because I consider myself to be a phoenix. Like, during the full moon, I caught on fire. Metaphorically speaking, okay? Like, I lit up. I consumed, you know, transformed, metamorphosed, shed, and then, you know, of course, then you got to let go and shed all that shit. So you got, you know, you let the old fade and the old fall away or whatever. So now that we've got, and if I'm not mistaken too, I think Uranus, which is also retrograde, might go direct this month. I wish I would have looked this up beforehand. But there's something that Uranus is doing. And Uranus, see, this is the paradox. Here's one of them paradoxes, okay? About, you know, being in the earth realm here. So, Neptune, when it's regular, you see things in rose-colored glasses. See the paradox? You would think when it was regular, you saw things for face value, but no. When Neptune's regular, we see things in rose-colored glasses. It's when Neptune... Hold on, not Neptune. It's Uranus. Ain't it Uranus? Maybe it's Neptune. It's one of them. I know it's the one that talks about the rose-colored glasses. It's one of those two planets. And I apologize that I'm not able to tune in on which one it is. But anyway, so when it's in retrograde, which it is, we see things for face value. So you got to keep in mind that you could have been however long, and I think this planet right here has been in retrograde for 3 months. Okay, 1, 2, 2, 1 on the timer. So it's like we have been maybe 3 or 4 months seeing things like all lovey-dovey with the rose-colored glasses on, seeing things for what, you know, not really what they are, but maybe what we want them to be. And then now all of a sudden, you know, that's going to shift, which it did, because it went retrograde. And now all of a sudden, we see things really and truly and honestly for what they are. So there can be, you know, when you have these realizations, because those can be epiphanies, light bulb moments, whatever. Sometimes they piss you off too. And they make us mad. Like, damn, I've been sitting here in this shit for how long? And it's to tell me it's going to be like this. No, I don't want this. So then we have this culmination, and then all this is somewhat, you know, going to start to fizzle out and change, especially since we've come off these eclipses, and now we are headed into, you know, the karma part being, you know, going direct. So that's taken, you know, a turn. We'll be on the flip side. I swear, you know, I should really make a video sometime about getting on the flip side. Anyways, maybe one day I will. If you ever have heard me talk about, because usually when I do that, I talk about Captain Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean, when they're in Davy Jones' locker, they're on the ship, the Pearl, and they have to turn her, you know, upside down, and they got to run and make the ship flip over. So, you know, that's that paradox. Anyways, paradigm shift. We are going through somewhat of a paradigm shift, I feel like. So, still remain in all of this craziness. You know, patient, compassionate, kind, humble, being, you know, having humility. Because, as hard as it is, those things right there are the things that really benefit us the most. Because when you can be going through your own storm and then you can still yet grace another with kindness and humility and compassion and patience, man, I tell you, that right there is where the real treasure comes from. So if you can still remain in that through this time and just somewhat try to strive for balance and peace, you'll come out of this a whole lot better. And of course too, then that will have, a ripple effect in your life that will hopefully, inspire others, be examples to others, and will create a healing effect, hopefully, throughout humanity, especially with all this shit we have going on. So this time period right here, we also, in the midst of this time that I'm talking about, we have Mercury retrograde in December. Keep in mind, Mercury is all about communication, how you talk to people, communication and technology. Your phone's going to fuck up, your computer's going to be slow, but, don't go buy a whole new computer or another phone, because it'll still have the same issue. It'll have some kind of issues, or you'll buy it and it'll be okay. And then once we go through that paradigm shift and come out of this, then it'll be like 6 months or a year down the road, something happens and it messes up because it can't handle the shift. So it's better not to sign contracts, because whatever is done in this, once we get through it, it will be flipped. So at some point in time, like if you were to buy a car or buy a house during this time period right here, then you would find, the thing I've seen about people buying cars during Mercury retrograde, either they end up a year or 2 years down the road getting repoed, or you will find that like one time a year you'll miss a payment and it will take you like a few months to get caught back up on payments, and that's because you bought it during a Mercury retrograde. Or you'll buy the car and then all of a sudden, it maybe not when you first bought it, but like 3, maybe 4, 5, or 6 months down the road, it starts having all kinds of issues. And when it has issues, it's one issue after another. It ain't just one. So be aware around this time period, and take this knowledge and try to navigate the best way you can during that time period right there. And hopefully that will help you in a sense. Now, I did see on TikTok, because I have become like a lover of TikTok. Let me try with this one. Yeah, I'm going to try with this one. Even though it has a hole in it, I'm going to try with that one. I love imperfections. So I saw that if you take, this is a bay leaf, by the way, that if you take this bay leaf and you start in the center with the Sharpie and you draw the spiral on it and then put it in your wallet with your cash, that it will manifest money for you. Okay, so there's one thing. And then I've got some burnt cinnamon here, sticks, but don't forget that today is the day where you can blow cinnamon through your front door. And if you want to say a little mantra or a little ritual thing, you can. For example, if you're into that sort of thing, through the doorway, cinnamon, I blow a spell of abundance to let money flow. Through the front doorway, this energy is sent. Financial abundance is my intent. Cinnamon's magic brings wealth to me. As these words are spoken, so mote it be. So there's that you can speak as you do that. That will help bring in, I'm going to put that there. That will help bring in abundance and prosperity. And then, I forgot my fan's on. But I'm just going to sage this space a little bit, because it's been a minute since I've been over here. And I'm going to do a really short reading real quick, because here we are 20 minutes in and I've been yakking the whole time. So there's that. So I'm going to do a little bit of a reading through Healing with the Fairies Oracle deck. I love this card. When I feel like we kind of go through, well, for me, when I go through some shit in my life that involves healing, this is my go-to deck, okay? So I'm just going to do a little quick Celtic crossbred reading from it, and hopefully we will have some insight on how to navigate the energies between now, and I'm going to stick to that time frame of between now and January the 11th. Now I know that Mercury goes, we'll go back, so Mercury goes, I think December 13th through January 1st. So that's when it's retrograde. So it will be out of its shadow period and direct, I think, by January the 11th. Alright, fairies, I'm looking for 10 cards with a Celtic crossbred reading. What messages do you have for the collective? So trust your intuition just fell out at this time. What do you have for the viewers at this time? Also, I'm going to be, for now on, loading my videos onto my YouTube channel and then posting them to my Facebook page. Look, the very card that flipped out is the one that's right here front and center. So, and you know, I mean, if you see that, there's like, the thing I love about this card is everything I've been talking about is like in this background. So you've got, you know, a planet, or that could be the moon right there, and like, I don't think this is called a nebula, but it kind of has like the lights of the Milky Way. So, you know, it's space behind her. So it's like, it's, you know, because here you are, you know that things are going on around you right now, and the planets, the planetary alignment, you know, the eclipse, the time period, whatever. You're aware of all that's going on around you. If you're not, become aware. And then also, too, you need to listen to your intuition. Because trust yourself. Trust your inner... Oh, shit, my camera fell. Trust your inner knowing, your inner spirituality, your inner spiritual gifts, whatever you want to call that. Trust your knowledge. This is your challenge, this self-reliance. So this is self-love and knowing when to take care of yourself. If you're struggling with things that are going on around you, especially like with your emotions, it's because you're not giving yourself enough self-love. You're not taking care of yourself enough. Like, for example, one of the things that really helped me, I noticed one day that I was so anxious, and I took a hot bath with Epsom salt, sea salt, baking soda, and I put lavender essential oil in it and some milk. And after I took that bath, I felt like it took everything negative off of me, and I felt like a different person when I came out of that bathtub. So, you know, this is focusing upon your beauty routine, your regimen, making sure you look good, making sure you feel good. That also includes making sure you've eaten for the day, you've got your water intake in, you've done your yoga or your stretching. Definitely focusing more on just yourself and how you take care of yourself. Now, in the basis of this reading, we have inner power. So you have somehow, some way, shape, or form, you have leveled up some way, whether you realize this or not. It may be that within these shifts here that we're going through between now and the next, like with the, what the heck did you call it? With the Saturn going direct thing on the 4th, coming out of these eclipses, now going into this new moon, and of course we got this new moon here, you know, on the card. So it could be that, you know, this is something that's going to pop up soon for you if you aren't already feeling it. It's that you're going to feel more powerful, like maybe you've gotten your senses back. Now, if you are like me, and you just shed and burnt away, like, you know, the old shit and released it, You're now waking up to newer versions of yourself each day. So you are, in essence, growing. You are elevating, definitely. Okay, so you're elevating. Your vibration is also increasing. So you might now be starting to become more sensitive and aware, your intuition, your self-reliance, on your taste and what your likes and your wants. Like, for example, last week I haven't cooked soup or made a soup in years. I also really haven't even been making bread in years. But you know what? I started cooking soups the other day, and then I was like, you know what? I need and want a sourdough. I ain't never made sourdough. I didn't know how you made sourdough, but I started looking it up. I got my starter going. I didn't even know you had to have a starter. Anyway, so I've stepped into another realm that I didn't know was even there. But, you know, that's all a part of self-care and growing and expanding. So, and then look, and then we have the beauty card here. You are feeling more prettier, or more sexier, or more, because I've been noticing this myself. You could tell or notice that people are also starting to notice you. Like, you know, I have had people coming up to me and just talking about random stuff, and it's like, I know it's because of my light that they are attracted to me, that they come over and talk. So, you know, like how you meet those people that tell you stuff, and then they're like, I don't even know why I'm telling you this. I don't even know you. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Okay. So, whatever this you're going through right now, keep flowing with it and working with it. The more you love and take care of yourself, and then we have feeling safe here. So, I would say right now, and if you're not right now in this very moment, just be patient, because over the next couple days it's coming, okay? But you're going to start to feel really safe, not only in your circumstances and where you are in your life, but also within yourself. You will feel secure, loved, powerful, and strong within the core being of who you are, basically, so to speak. And then here soon we have dreams coming true. So I feel like whatever you've been doing to look after and take care of and follow your inner voice, follow who you are, embracing who you are, looking after yourself, making these changes. I mean, we are going through a death and rebirth right now. That's what Halloween is all about. That's what the month of March is all about. Because, you know, March, not March. I don't know why I'm talking about March. October. Maybe those two are connected some way, shape, or form. But, so October, you know, it's a 10. That's a completion. And then we have that eclipse. Those eclipses line up perfectly with Halloween. That's why I say, you know, I'm like those people that say, you can't make this shit up. And then, you know, people want to look at you crazy, like, because you read the stars and the planets and shit, and they think you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I don't even eat Cocoa Puffs, but whatever. Anyway, so whatever you're doing, trust and know it's working. Because whatever it is that you're doing, it's moving you into a time frame where you are going to see the things you want in life coming to fruition and being presented to you. Oh, wow. So you right now, if you are not focusing upon visualization, which could be daydreaming or meditating, whatever it takes for you to visualize, you need to work on that. And if you're not, start. Because whatever you're going to fantasize about or daydream about, be careful. Pay attention to what you daydream and fantasize about. I watch myself, because I'll start fantasizing about something, and then it'll take one of them, I don't even know the name, what you would even call one of them turns. It'll take a turn, and I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, it'll take a wrong turn. Let me just say that. Like that movie, The Wrong Turn. Because you always want to be Billy Badass and want to be the hero. So, you know, your story can sometimes, if you let it get too far out of your grasp, you can take a wrong turn. and end up in that fucked up shit. Okay? Anyways, then you gotta backtrack. Oh, then you gotta backtrack. Anyways, so pay attention to what you are focusing upon, and make sure if you take a wrong turn, then backtrack, okay? Because you want to make sure that you are putting emotion as well, desire, that which makes you happy, behind the visualization. They say that's the trick to manifesting exactly what you want. Playing into metamorphosis. So being the thing that which you want. So if you want a successful business, then you have to start acting like a successful businesswoman or businessman. Okay? Now, and then I will say this, okay? And Lord, please, I hope, knock on wood, that, hey, it's just me. I woke my dog up. It's just me. Lay it down. So, I heard this one man say, anytime he wanted to elevate himself, he would go out and he would level up in his car. He would go buy an expensive car, because even though he might not be able to afford it, he knew that he would hustle, and it would make him determined to stay elevated, hold to the plan, and it would help him achieve his goals and his dreams, because he knew that he would put the extra work in to be able to make that car payment. But that car would be the thing that would help elevate him in his life. Just make sure, if you are one of them and you decide to do that, that the planets are aligned for you, and that the odds are ever in your favor. Okay? Now look, in your environment, on the things outside of you, we have vacation. I want and I need a vacation, let me just tell you. Okay? So we have vacation. Alright. So I would say that if you've been wishing and asking for a vacation, some way, shape, or form, one's coming. You know, when you ask for something, it don't matter how, which way, or what, but it's gonna come. And as long as you work with the energies, it will manifest some way. Like, you just don't ever know. Someone could pop up and be like, hey, I had this beach trip planned, and my girlfriend was going to go and put in $200, and she done backed out on me. You want to go? I mean, if you got $200, I would even let you go if you just pay me just give me $100 for the room. Could you do that? Because let me tell you, one of my friends have popped up and told me that, and I've been like, hell yeah, and I went. Okay? You just never know. Things can manifest in all sorts of kinds of ways, because the universe, the universe makes a way. All right, in your hopes and fears, woo, we have happily ever after. So you are hopeful. This is the thing about the hopes and fears sector, okay? Because you are in hopes that there can be a happily ever after somewhere around here, okay? But there are times too when you start to get down, and you could start to get down on yourself or in a negative mind frame, where you start being in that fear of, well, now I don't know if it's going to happen or not. So you have to stay vigilant, which is also tied into this self-reliance card of being self-care, looking after yourself. You also have to be vigilant in your attitude, how you feel, your emotions, so that you don't, so if you catch yourself starting to spiral or starting to get into a negative mind frame, that you can, by changing it up and doing something different, you can get yourself, Lord Jesus, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to get you out of the way over here. Thank you. That you can get things, maybe you can get things out of the way so that you can take, put a song on, do something different, take a bath, read a book, watch a movie that will help shift and get you out of the negative state so that you can be focused upon what it is that you do want. Okay? Alright, so our outcome, family harmony. So whatever has happened, whatever's been going down, because this shift is going on first within you, because I think that this is definitely starting with you, okay? When you are focusing upon yourself and doing these things that I discussed in all these cards here, okay, it's going to create that ripple effect, which is then going to manifest in bringing family harmony around you. So this is with you, your children, your husband, your wife, your cousins, like, and you know, it's the 1st of November, so we've got Thanksgiving coming up. So Thanksgiving could be a very significant time period. Pay attention to when Thanksgiving comes, because maybe that's the thing that you're really going to see how things can really come together for you. And then you could also have the realization too, I'm glad I went through the things I went through and did what I did, because this is my reward for going through and enduring all the shit I've been through. This event right here with my family and how things are working with them, this is the dream. This is that wish come true. And if I had not had gone through what I went through, I wouldn't have become what I am to manifest this. Because if I didn't know myself, I wouldn't know how to manifest this. Because you have to know yourself to be able to manifest the things you want. Okay, so I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck real quick. And we have quiet time. So you have or need to at least take some quiet time to yourself. Especially if you can go on a vacation by yourself. Lord, boy, that right there. I mean, I love everybody in my life, but to go somewhere and be by myself for a few days, like to the beach or to the mountains or whatever, Lord, boy, I would pay top dollar for that. Now, I'm over here speaking like I got top dollar, okay? If that's how we have to manifest top dollar, then that's what we're going to do. I would pay top dollar to go, on a vacation like that. Be just to myself, don't have no dogs, no chickens trying to call. You got to be at their beck and call. Got to be at the yard, the farm's beck and call, the homestead's beck and call, or your siblings, or nieces and nephews, your family's beck and call, or the town, or your work, your job, whatever. Anyways. Take some quiet time. Spend it with yourself. There are some things that I'm not going to say that this has been an easy road or it's going to continue to be an easy road, because you've had a lot of things coming at you in the past. And you might actually be, because if you're like me, and I'm going to tell you, I had a lot of shit coming at me in the past. I'm on the defensive end about it right now. Am I healing? Yes, I am. Will I eventually, move or transition out of being defensive? I will, but you know what? That takes time. So I have to give myself time and the space to allow those things to happen. Now, it is common, because we also have, because I'm looking at the bottom of the deck here, okay? By you taking this quiet time and working and self-reflecting and focusing on you, listening to your intuition and all those things, and creating the safe space for yourself, it's going to help you rise above the problems that are going on in your life. Now, whether or not you want to believe me, but at the end of all this, which I'm going to say give it at least a good 30 days, you will be able to look back on this and laugh about it. Now, I'm going to tell you, this card right here, this laughter card, has come up for me many a moons, okay? I love this card because there has been a few times in my life, like with this card, that I think back on and I laugh so hard about them. I laugh at myself, I laugh at the situation, the people involved, and it's like, I'm so glad I could look back on these things and laugh about them. So, my point is that when this card comes out, whatever has happened or conspired right now, and I would say it was probably, more along the lines of around the eclipses, Okay, around, October, middle of October to the end of October. I know we just came out of the end of October, but those that full moon eclipse, happened, on Saturday. That was only 4 days ago, but you know what? A lot can change in 4 days. I mean, you look at the number 4, boy, that's all about, that's like the 4 of Wands. That's all about, stability, family, foundation, a solid foundation on top of that, not no rickety ass one. It's important to have solid foundations, because if not, eventually that motherfucker gonna fall down. Anyway, okay, but what I'm saying is, give it some time, because 6 months, a year, 2 or 3 years, you will be able to look back on this situation and laugh about it, okay? Which is great. I know it's better said, when it happens than now, but just know eventually it'll come. So that's all I have for you at this moment. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If I'm hoping to start back doing these readings. I might start doing them on Wednesdays. I'm not sure yet, but we shall see. So if so, just subscribe. I would definitely, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, so it will help with the algorithms. I haven't been on the channel in a while, so I don't know if it's going to get out there, but if you give it a thumbs up or whatever, that'll help, get it out there to other people. Feel free to share it or to post it to a group. And yeah, I wish you all the best. Just know that, whatever you're asking for, it's coming for sure, okay? So pay attention to the stress. I know that, it can get at you at times. It can get the best of you, but stay vigilant. Hopefully I will see you guys all again here soon. All right? Take care. Namaste.